Hello and welcome back, everyone. In this lesson, I'm going to take you through setting up our services with systemd. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is get our service binaries. We already did that in the previous lesson. You just simply have to head over to the Prometheus website and download the tar archives corresponding to the Linux operating system. So moving forward, as you can see on the side panel, the first step that we're going to need to take is we're going to have to create our Prometheus user. So simply run sudo user add -r for system user. And then next we're going to specify the user shell. We're going to do a bin false since we're not going to be using this to log in or anything. All right, so next we're going to need to create some new directories. So we're going to need one to store our time series data, as well as a directory to store our configuration files. So I'm going to choose to store my time series data on the root level. Okay, and now I'm going to give my Prometheus system user ownership to my prom data directory. Okay, so now we're gonna head into the Prometheus service package. And we're going to move our console libraries and consoles directories. And we're also going to move the Prometheus configuration file over. And we're going to give the Prometheus user ownership to the etc Prometheus directory and everything underneath it as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move my Prometheus and prom tool binaries to the common third-party path. So I'm going to go sudo move and move it over to user local bin. And we're going to give the Prometheus user ownership to those two binaries as well. All right, and now we're going to finally create our systemd service file. I'm going to go ahead and use Visual Studio Code Editor to create the file in the home directory and then move it over to the necessary service file path. So the file extension is .service. Right, so the service file is going to have 3 sections. The first is unit, followed by service, followed by install. Okay, so under unit, the description of the service is Prometheus. Okay. The wants will be network dash online target, since it's primarily a network-based service. And it's going to load after the network dash online target. Okay, under service, the user will be Prometheus. Make sure it's lowercase. The group as well, Prometheus. The type is going to be simple. So for exec start, what you're going to enter is the path to the Prometheus binary and any command line flags that you want to include. So user local bin Prometheus. So I'm going to specify the path to the configuration file. And the path to the time series database directory. The path to the console templates. The path to the console libraries. And we're going to add one more option. I'll show you how we're going to use this later, but for now, just type in web.enable-lifecycle. Okay. Under install, we're going to enter wanted by multi-user target. Right, everything seems to look fine. I'm going to save this file. Oops. Right, so now I'm going to move our service file to etc systemd system forgot to do sudo. Okay, before we attempt to, I'm just going to clear my screen here. Before we attempt to run our new service, we need to reload the systemd daemon. Okay, And let's try to start our service. Okay, let's check the status. Okay, it looks like it's up and running. Let's take a quick look. All right, so it's up and running. We have Node here because we're still using the same configuration file from the last lesson. You can also enable so the next time we reset our virtual machine, it'll be running. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for the node exporter in the next lesson. As a challenge, see if you can set it up yourself before starting the next lesson.